Experience and enjoy authentic, thought-provoking conversations on every reality. Share your stories and let's debate over great music and so much more wherever you are. On The Brunch, we talk about everything, and I mean everything.
Not in order would afraid for talk what's now. Family there, welcome once again to the brunch show brought to you courtesy of Radio Fry 97.1 FM. Of course, I know again say my own name now Lawrence Hedd. Most people know me as MOG Lawrence. Well, that MOG Lawrence then I'm just left and so like I did. It just means that I'm a leader actually in a ministry. But besides that, the most important thing where we get today for can talk about, of course, now the art of influence. We're going to talk about the art of influence. And also me wanging at the studio, by the way. I'm also here with brother Julius SESAY, or Macaulay Minister Julius SESAY. The man looking good, you know. I like the way it show me say, na me na the host, na in na the guest. You get it? If you don't get it, you can still forget about it. Anyway, please also remember, say, you can enjoy this conversation far better if you're able for like simply just tune into a Facebook page. Remember, say this is an audio-visual radio station. We simply mean say, well, you're able for Siwi and you're able for Yariwi. So if you want for Siwi as well, just go to Facebook, type Radio Fry Fry, and then you click on the live feed and simply follow the conversation and drop your comments in the comment section below. Again, that's Radio Fry Fry. Just go to Facebook. And of course, we also get to websites on www.fryfry.life, and that is L-I-F-E, not L-I-V-E, L-I-F-E. And also the same Radio Fry Fry for all the other different social media platforms then. And of course, today and every other day, we can always do on this way. We can for start with God before we go back into the conversation. So please, more just get the verse of the day and the quote of the week one more time. So the verse of the day. Yeah, the verse of the day today. They come out, and that's the quote of the week. Or they look for the verse of the day. The verse of the day comes from Hebrews 12, verse 2, and it says, "Walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffers harm." I use that slow, me you for yourself. Walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffer harm. This life, everything we want for be, so we don't be and go near and begin for work out with her. And the best way that one day for solve the problem. If you know say no be something, then the people that will around you under them be run away, run for your life. Anyway, we also have a quote of the week coming from John F. Kennedy, and it says, "Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country." Which simply means say we as Solomon then just need for adjust we self your mindset to John F. Kennedy in mindset. Forget about what Salon able for do for you. Begin for think of what you able for do for Salon. What is not the value we able for create for Salon? What's your contribution able for make na Salon? Think about that, and also not just think, but begin for act on her as soon as you're able to get a feasible plan where go make yourself begin for contribute today. Of course, we go back now into the conversation and we talk about the art of influence. And of course, I know say we always open the phone lines them for make una self go able for give our own contributions there and make we self able for learn from una. Of course, una know say we get away we can do this thing here soon Radio Fry. We not just do the talking, we they actually create the opportunity for una for talk. So all the talking we actually they do now for make you able for talk. That make we say you talk, we listen. We create the context of the conversation for make you self go able for calm and also just flow through the conversation and share yourself your own thoughts there with we. So the phone lines that are open right now, call on the number 088-971-971 and make yourself your own contribution. The number again, now 088-971-971. I can always tell you now this. Importance for me can I just simply do it this way so that at least we can forget far longer conversation and you for express yourself without you asking the angst and maybe the call could drop or something. So just save we number now you phone. Save this very same number, 088-971-971. Save them, now you phone as Radio Wi-Fi, and simply just go now WhatsApp and call me via WhatsApp. Then it will give you an unlimited amount of time for clearly express yourself and make we learn from you. So we get again Mr. Julius is in our studio. Yeah, so I want to talk a little bit about this influence, the role of influence, especially in our salon right now. So we talk, say, it's actually influence that we need for make salon go side go. We need people for be more intentional about sharing which they don't get, especially the positive things. When we talk about the negative, we already get too much negative problem. We look for people that we don't come to a place where they're going for communicate that place there to somebody. They don't come to a place and their mind, they don't create, and not before be exposed to a perspective where they make other man back where go come into that perspective, they go help for make we as salon man be productive. Please, I don't know, what do you get for say about that name?
Powerful. So, right before we go offline, you will talk about influence in the whole of society. Yeah. And one of the most profound things we don't talk about now today in the area of influence, we'll talk about, say, no man is wiser than their understanding. Yeah. So firstly, as a country and as a nation, we get for actually come to the point where we for first acknowledge, accept, and now want for work in the path of wherein we know that we are at this level, we want to be at this level, and so we are willing to be influenced into that. Why we use influence into that is because growth is natural, yeah? And one way you can actually grow is for another person that is in that area of admiration to raise you up into that level.
Okay.
Yeah. And so we get to acknowledge that as a society. You know, there's a scripture in the epistles that talks about, he said they comparing themselves with themselves is no wise. There's no wisdom. There's no wisdom. You know, one of the mistake people make in this is, for instance, you hear politicians, it's not attack on their personality or anything, but you hear them say, you know, at least we are better than this other society, you know, we are better than, you know, I don't know what their aim of growth is, but they're making flimsy excuses by comparing our country or nation to just the minute, one tiny portion of growth that we're better. And it's it always look like cliche, yeah. And so as a nation, we need to allow ourselves to be influenced, and we have to start internally, yeah. Because as a person, I'm a sum total of the information I have.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I'm a sum total of the knowledge, and like you said, we're a product of meetings and conversation. Yeah. So one thing we lack currently is the ecosystem of breathing others. Yeah, I was saying that I began a privileged conversation with somebody. I say, except for people when they move along, but I know say this shoulder opportunity also forget the opportunity for interact with diverse kind of people.
Yeah.
And then you're like, you kind in a salon. Meaning, there are really people in this nation that are doing a great job.
Yes.
Significant amount of excellent work, and it will blow your mind. Like, salon gets you kind. Yeah. But and one day it pained me so dearly where a renowned man of God, where I trust with my life, you know, make an example of Sierra Leone. And if in any other country of a day, I believe everything we say about Sierra Leone, hook, line, and sinker, which I know is perspective that is coming from, because when you type online Sierra Leone, now the slums then they show you. You know, all the wrong things about this nation that does not even define us as a nation. You understand? Now no more social media they give you. And he talk about the powerful country with Salon Bay and the beautiful resources, especially the diamond area. And then he show examples of Sierra Leone, like, no, that cannot be my Sierra Leone. Because I live here. I'm a Sierra Leonean. I'm looking this good. I'm not talking about the things that are not going on. There's so much about Sierra Leone. And so there are so many people in every sector, whether we're talking medical, law, this and that, these people are good. They have struggled their way through, but they have navigated their way through.
Yeah.
And the thing about progress is not easily achieved without at least a degree of knowledge or consciousness of what you're about. Yeah. So we get good templates there in this country. We get good examples in this country. But what we lack is the ecosystem to breathe others, or the understanding that we need to breathe others. So we're being this whole point of influence topic making much more sense. Yeah. So what do we need now? Now other people will then go ahead for influence we rightly. Because as a young person, you understand, I get me your mindset, I get me way of thinking. Most of the time for any unintentional young person, we're not too concerned about growth. Would they accumulate understanding and belief system subconsciously and sit down they play in our life, when you take a great level of wisdom of somebody we don't experience and aged over time for say, hey young man, I see great potential in you. You can be this kind of person, yeah, but you just need few guidance. I remember I'm a country director of Plan International within our Guinea, but they tell me, Julius, you just need a little bit of guide. That's the voice of wisdom. Okay. In my own eyes, oh, I'm wise. In my own eyes, I can't do it. But it takes somebody we don't go elsewhere. And we don't have a culture of that in the society.
Yes.
Except few organizations we can make some group sessions or conferences.
For themselves, by the
way. Not so. Yes, that's one way to look at it. But the problem to that now, it don't become the new normal. With a check now, we're even worried about which one authentic. Yeah, because obviously one person will make $1,000,000, so another few set of people, so the conference business or NGO business, they get money.
They make money.
So they run into it.
To make money.
We just aim to make money, not to really get
Not
the
to empower
results
people,
done. And really what we need is not just one conference or two conferences.
Thank you. It's a consistent
We need
thing.
a consistent, committed people
Yeah.
that are committed to our growth processes. Because when you don't inspire me, inform me, educate me, I get for come to a stumbling block in application of that knowledge. Along the process, where I not go get access back to the person where you can make the conference for access. Okay, you say 1 + 2 now. Now this they give me, but now this number I want to achieve. How do I they'll be like, okay, it's just a point of addition. Keep adding. You understand? Eh? But if nobody tell me keep adding, I'll be stuck. And if only I'll go be stuck. But that's the thing. Sometimes it's a minute relative, and we need that ecosystem.
So indirectly, what you try to say is influence is not, successful influence will never be achieved if there is no consistency or no follow-up to the start of it. Because most of the time, what you can see, if you see conference centers alone, most of the time, if you see conferences and they say, singles conferences or youth conferences or business or entrepreneurship conferences or agricultural conferences, they find out say these things are one time per year issues. And the person gets 365 days for face challenges in their life. And you meet with a one grade day. And you expect Danny for cater for everything. How does that work? See, so based on what you talk, so I really understand where you're coming from, and I don't see the need. Another thing but before we time the chukwi, because we literally only have 30 more minutes.
Okay.
We want to go into this whole dynamic of how to be influential, how somebody is able to be influential, because this is something that is important. But before now, we want for we don't talk about how for know where you be wrongfully influenced, right? Because just a little bit of background on that, just in case you only tune in now. Obviously, we pay attention to the fact, say, firstly, the way we did for no say they are wrongfully being influenced. Firstly, now we accept first, say you there is this thing called what do you call them? Predisposition. What's a predisposition? I'm talking about inheritances, where you get generation over generation, whether you do a lot of wrong things, then where they bring you into the result of them continual wrongdoings, where mostly not the reality of almost all manners alone. But as Brother Israel, as Julius with the talk just now, it try for help with for understand, say, well, in don't know some people them, myself know a lot of people them, without able for transition their way out of and navigate their way out of that challenge day and don't come to a far better place of light. Where you self the able for cancer as long as you sabi possible no good, where you self able for subject yourself to influence, which means mostly when it comes to you not being influenced wrongly, first what you need now for first no possible way already they be influenced rightly, and how for offending kind people and they everybody getting belief system as you believe. So you might be a Christian, you might be a Muslim, whatever, and you whatever they work for you, even if to somebody religious, at least you have a conscience, and your conscience go show you say certain things, and it's not the action or the result, it's mostly waiting the motive, waiting that the motive or the reason behind the doings and the actions and all of those other things. Now they make you know if you correct or wrong. If somebody can't tell you say rally behind me for make no more you vote for me, I'll win. The question not to waiting at the get out of because it go give me money. The question now waiting at the motive behind the person telling you say, hey, follow me, vote for me. If the person say, hey, I get this what I want to do, I get this I want to do, it's not a problem. The other thing now is you got to be very realistic. Question is, how many people don't say this? How feasible is this person's own? Waiting for me to trust you. And then you can say, okay, I will give you my vote. You can be influenced by people that are able to communicate honestly and empathetically, truthfully, waiting the one for doing. And you say, yeah, this person is somebody who deserves me support. And that's good. But also, you can also be negatively influenced by people that would lie. So one is the sabi actam. The sabi actam, which is also another reason why it's also important to look at results over just words. Like for example, like I use somebody be talk about assembly, even when they talk about election. They say me I never vote for somebody where gets money or gets influence, which I look for. Supposed way even before self you think of say they can be politician. If you don't do good for us, if there's somebody who truly want to do good for us alone, not to pass and get position, you could not naturally they do them from them. Then it's another position kind of come. He said, but you and now you say you want position and I do one. And I only possibly say, and I looked at what he was saying, and it made so much sense. Because a good man will always be a good man. You don't need bad for be good. He's just naturally good. So now that way and he said by their fruits we shall know them. So it's easy for me you know somebody for belief because in words them also match the trail where you don't make within life. So these are ways that you'll be able to know if you are being influenced rightly or if you are being influenced wrongly or by the wrong person. So now transitioning now into the most important thing what we refer to as the cocoa of the matter. Obviously, somebody out there will want to know, well, how I'm able for be influential? I'm myself good for influence person. Please help me for going to that day.
Okay, powerful, very, very powerful. And so the whole thing about influence, if I go rephrase, is getting people to believe, that is making them buy into your thought. Yeah. To act, that is to make a decision in a way you want them to.
Okay.
Yeah. So as much as I am the one that want it to be like this or to act like this, wherein you made mention of the politician, which is people are still being influenced, but with the wrong motive and the wrong ways, but they are still persuaded because they're still using their will, they're still making their choice on another light. Yeah. Genuine influence is done by you committing to people for them.
Okay.
Though the final benefit will result to you, but you want them to really be better, do better, act better, know better, think better. You understand?
Yeah.
And then that is how we influence people. And it takes time.
Okay.
Yeah, especially when you want to commit to people that you're involved with and you get to see over time and over time. Yeah. one way you are able to influence people is to give value.
Okay.
Value solves the thing of need. Yeah, whatsoever I am in need of now, you are able to give me the value.
Okay.
It's a subtle way to begin to influence me, because what that would do in reciprocation of the value you offer to me is that I'll have a soft spot for you. There is this admiration. It communicates your friendliness and this and that.
Yeah.
So to influence people, it depends, because there's an impression you can give to somebody on a 5 minute, 5 seconds, this and that. But if we're talking about influence that has to do with long term, it goes beyond just the basic tips and so and so. For instance, the whole idea of influence is how do you communicate goodness and great leadership potential or confidence and this and that. And if you read one of the greatest book that has influenced the world in influential things is the book written by Dale Carnegie that has to do with how to win friends and influence people. In that book, you learn about simple but profound things like you have to smile to somebody genuinely. Imagine you meet somebody having a rough day or a bad time. You don't need to be the most powerful somebody in the world to make them have a better time of their life. Smile to them. You in that book you learn about genuine things, about giving genuine compliments to people, appreciating people for every little thing that they do. Like if let's say people that know me, they know I'm not the best as a vocal, yeah. And then, but if somebody has seen me, which you've done many a times, which kept me going on and going on and going on, that is somebody influencing me. The strength and the courage of that is not really coming for me, but I'm being influenced, right? You understand, eh? And at first, I open my voice, like, all the wrong thing. I believe there's a word for it. They call is it tone deaf? Yes, I believed I was tone deaf. I believe I had the wrong pitch and all of that. And another person invested in me, genuinely for me, not because they want me to go be their backup singer, not because they want me to go, genuinely for me, like, guy, you can do this. Have you noticed yourself lately? You've gone from this to this. The person, which is not the person but yourself,
it is,
you know,
got it.
You know, I remember you paid attention. Like, Julius, have you had yourself lately? Or as a believer in the faith, you know, I came in John 3:16 said, I could not interpret rightly. I had no understanding, and then not even about 15 minutes in prayer. He's like, you won't kill me. You understand? And then another person like begin to communicate first the importance, the need, the necessity, the impact prayer will have in my life, getting to pray with me. That's a process of influence. And the end goal is not, I want to have what you become. No, you have to be invested in people for them. That's how we influence people.
For them.
It's like this great lens that comes with being a leader, and most the people that we really need the art of influence are people in leadership. And see, people mistake leadership for position. You know, I don't need to be the manager for anything to influence people. Leadership is just power, you understand? We can be working together, but I have this eye to notice, this guy is smart. This guy is this guy is that. Oh, but this guy is not at his best. Yeah? How can I make him be at his best? What do I need to do? What are the gaps that I identify? What are the needs that I identify? That becomes the value I'll be able to offer. And I'll offer those value in response or to them, for them. Yeah? And it comes to the genuineness and patience of hearts to see people grow over time. I believe that's how we can be able to give or to influence people. Whosoever does that to me or you do too on the other end, what will happen is over time, they find themselves indebted or wanting to reciprocate the same thing you've given unto them. A sense of purpose, a sense of value, a sense of importance, a sense of you genuinely committed to them. They want to be committed to you in response genuinely because They know, oh, we want good things. They know, okay, you are into their life, for their life, for the betterment of their life. You want to see improvements, impact, and all of that.
Yeah.
So that's the right way to influence people. It's not, I want,
I want something from them.
I want something from them.
Or I want something, so I'm calling you. I'm going to help you so
And
that
we
you can
need it.
help me.
When I said we need it in this country, we really need it because I don't know if it's how we've been wired. And blessed be God for our foundation in the work of the Lord or ministry setting, and so it has changed our perspective because there's no way you're going to do ministry for me. It's about discipleship, raising people, getting people to believe in the word, see God, see the light of their life in the perspective of his word. And it's not like I want you to grow so I can benefit. No, I want you to grow because you ought to grow. There's this whole beautiful life that the Bible has painted of us. Behold, if any man be in Christ is a new creature. Paul say, he said, if any man be in Christ is a new creature, all things have passed away. Now, behold, see, that's the word, that all things are new. But a man is in the faith now, was once this bad, have all this understanding. They have not seen anything new about their life. And then as somebody that is a shepherd that wants them to go now, begins to tell them that you are the righteousness of God. You are not the old man. You are this. The end result will that they will grow, but what you have over them is influence. They want to listen to you. Your voice have place in them. My pastor tell me, don't do that. Even if I want to, it will come out natural. I should not do that. Because all the do's she had said to me, and I have done, I've seen the effect.
Results,
Even if she now say, don't do that, and I don't understand the depth of what my action results to, I've trusted her words. She has great influence over me. We need it as leaders.
Trust.
We need it as salesmen. We need it in our relationship. In fact, one way you genuinely be able to enjoy better relationship generally with people is to first be the value to them.
Yes.
It's not the other way around. If I now come to you, let me say I'm having a friend that is significantly rich. You understand, And then all I see is their wealth. Hey, this person, you will able to help me life. He can't change me. So. And I've first seen what I'm going to get instead of what I'm going to give. There is no way I'll be able to ever genuinely have a significant amount of influence
over that person. Because you're after what they have rather than after them.
Okay, you always see the rush. You always see the rush.
And then go no. By the way,
even when you are having a natural conversation with anybody, if you are interested, that's the word. In influence, you have to be interested in the people, in their things, in their stories. It's easy to get people. If in a personal story, we will talk now. And then you ask me a question about my life. Boy, in Sierra Leone, we all get story. You just ask somebody about their life. They will have 2 hours, 3 hours. The brunch is not enough. Just to talk about themselves. Now, if you just genuinely listen and keep understanding things in their perspective and this and that, and then in the end, you don't need to do anything. You've influenced that person. You have influence over them because they feel like you're interested in them. You're genuinely interested in them. The scientific phenomena that was done to that, to get people they met, I heard of an example. They met, like we're having a conversation, and you, on the other hand, all you ever did for the 2 hours was to ask me about me, and I explained a lot about me in the 2 hours. At the end, I'm like, that was a wonderful conversation we had. So you make a very good person that can. I like conversing with you. When originally, what we did is that listen. But things were always like that. Somebody that was listening to you over the people, like, this person is easy to talk to. It's easy to have a conversation with because they let you be you and they show interest in your life. They're interested in you, and that's how you influence people. And before you come in, the ideology that if I have a boss, let's say I have a boss and it's up there, there's no the thing about influence is not about upward down. Only it's nobody has defense to the requirement of influence. If you are
Okay.
genuinely interested in people, you're committed to people, you appreciate and acknowledge people, you give appraisals to people, even if it's your boss, you will influence them in the right way.
Wow.
In the right way. The hardest of men is still men. You understand? That was really cool. They have interest.
Yes.
That's what they're
Yeah.
human being. You understand? You see, that's why influence comes in genuinely. If you pay attention to them, you see that even if, like for instance, Mr. Bashir, like you make an example, has been a boss in a way to me at some point, and it's somebody that is concerned, is interested in people, but he loves results. Boy, a man like that, you keep giving me results back to back. You're going to get to him. You know, he wants to know about, that's how it's done. People have interest. Give them what they're interested in, and then you're influencing them in the right way.
Wow. You know, I like the way you just brought it from literally every different perspective. You're talking, like I say, you're talking from the man with the down, the man with the middle, and the man with the up. So basically, you someone will feel said, you know, the only possibility for influence person and the one with the up are higher than the one with the down. So if I didn't at this level, I felt before influence the possibility at a lower level. Unfortunately, influence works every way. It cuts across everywhere. You can influence the person standing next to you. You can influence the person that is above you. You can influence the person that is below you. In fact, there's really no below you or above you, if we should be very honest. The only reason why things like that are there is because of hierarchy and structure set in organization and society. But as for God's own perspective, there's nothing like that. Well, the only sign way we're able for see this here so far, and I want to start from this perspective, yeah? If you didn't listen to me right now, firstly, before I talk this, remember I said this narrative for 97.1 FM, and we within at the Brunch show, especially in the second hour, we can want for you from you. Not so nobody listen to what they talk. Also, that's the point. The point is for us to actually be able to hear what you think. We want for you how you see things. We want to understand from your own perspective, your experience. Maybe you will be out there, you big pass far away, and you don't go through a lot pass away, and you know the way to the talk so and far beyond. You can even be a blessing to Sarah Leone and every other person with a listen by just calling on the number 088-971-971 and make use of your contribution. So feel free for call again and the calling number back 088-971-971. Please feel free for call on this number. By the way, just in case you don't know, this is the biggest radio network in Sierra Leone, where they reach not only Freetown, but 10 districts in Asalon. Freetown, Makini, Connaught, Bo, Kenema, so many different places. So feel free for make you call because you'll be blessing a lot of people. You got to share your experience and your thoughts with a lot of people. And I believe that day could be a wonderful thing, knowing that you self they contribute towards societal growth and all of that. So, I'll be one for come with something. Firstly, I want you all, if you listen to me right now, wherever you do, I'll make you know this. It's very important. No matter how that you be, you're able to influence person. And that's what I may accept today. Nobody know the way they below influence. They say, hey, me, I never for be influential. You never notice, say, even pan bad thing, you never meet one person they do bad. If you go to bad something, you watch bad thing, they meet people and they. You watch good thing, they meet people and they. Kush, na bad thing. You know, it's almost people that don't meet say. If first something that be one great person be the couch and I to be big business. There's nothing in this world that you cannot influence people in. No matter how you do, you can be an influence. That make even we can't so this. I've listened now one of the things in this way God been take so serious even to we as believers there. We say, hey, that way go make you come PC, not do. I don't believe say the reason make you say for doing just because it not make you sin. You also be think about that other man where you go subconsciously influence the wrong way. We might not be able to handle things the way they able to handle things. So I mean you understand say that is just the power that God has given to man. We are all influential. It's not possible for me you born at this world and you're not influential. If you don't believe me, check. Check you life. Just check your life. You want to say true. Nobody know the way they listen to you. Nobody know the way they come around you. Nobody know the way you can talk to or when you say, "Na me party this." Somebody must stay. As long as you get party, as long as you get brother, as long as you get neighbor, as long as you start in one community, you not influence. Even if you know say for influence person without you not talk to her, just you life the influence person. Just in case you not be know. Influence is something that is worked out. Even if you don't bring positive, you can put along so. You say, hey man, explain to you so you do for influence. I remember where I be they come up. Some people then they way me I not be ever sabi. But mama go watch me say, see how that guy they fine way it the gets neat so they go work and say that so you get for feedback in the next almost as well you done school. And make I tell you say may you study, may you this that guy in a passy where it gets where did they go. My mama don't use that for influence me. Don't begin use that as role model. He just dressed, you know, sabi me name and not sabi him. But I not say you did before dinner. I should say if you listen to me, you said in a community where some people and the way you don't see say, hey, me, I want to be like that person there. Just by the fact that the person dress fine, he pass or whatever. So but different things and the way people and the for influence. I want for me, you know, as long as you did like alive, you not influence. So not ever water down your value for nobody. Accept already say you not influence. The question now where you give for ask yourself after that day. Now what you dey influence people then right now? Now good thing on about now on a bad thing. Think about it. Then also, like how we talk about influence. So I want you to also remember saying there are other sides to influence, other things that you have to think about influence now. You have to think about the fact say influence actually is just a way of involving people as well. You know, there's a lot of people then when feel say the only way you they able for connect to people enough for just go you go try for be a part of their life. You see, there's a lot that brother Julius are able for understand just now. But I want for make you also see am from this perspective. I believe say you see where you see person and you want to get a conversation with her, you know sabi her one day. Most of the time you go meet her. The first day they show you now in defenses. They show you say, hey, I not sabi you, I not think I for open up to you, I not for talk to you and stuff. So how you do for open the conversation? You can begin for talk about yourself. And without talking about yourself, they create the platform for me, the person losing up and make himself begin for talk to you. And by the time you make up, in and out they talk, now you they listen. That's basically it. And how does that happen? It's by you firstly involving them. You talking about your life is you giving them premise. You are involving them. Yeah, hey, this is my life. Feel free. You can say something now. You can have an opinion. You start talking to them, and they now also can extend the very same courtesy to you. So the see I make they talk this year. So for me, you know, say any kind of man this world they able for come to a place of influence. All you need for do firstly now for believe yourself and to understand the process system where you go for take. Other thing where you go for understand is there is a goal for influence, and the goal for influence is not really actually achieving anything. The goal of influence is actually just one thing, one simple thing, and that is fulfilling the law of God. And the law of God, not the law of love. The reason we make you for influence you company, not so because you want to achieve something. Now because you see that thing, just like I'll be explained to you. That thing where you see say you benefit from, you don't benefit from them alone. So let me share with you. It is just the natural dynamic of a human being. Like he said, it is far more easier to love than to hate. So being an influencer simply means in a very, very easy and a simple way to define it, it's just being a person of love. Somebody that is concerned, somebody that cares, somebody that wants to not just see and grumble about, but also do something about. When as something I believe say very few Sierra Leoneans they don't before come to the place where them for step into, simply because they no want for take up responsibility. Then they wait for somebody for take responsibility. And that is just so unfortunate. I'd advise you, just in case you didn't listen to me right now, there is nothing that you cannot help or contribute towards. There is nothing, even if you did a place and you say the issue gonna this way again, water business, and me I not get money for fix all the pipeline for me all man get water, you know, but still able for bring a solution. How? You for go around all the people that will get the money, begin for talk to them, see whether they're interested. Hey, you see, this is the thing about influence. Influence starts from one place and one place alone, love. And the only way that you can consciously exert true influence in this world is when you step out of love. No, not step out of love. Step through the channels of love into empathy. You know, see that empathy now where you they put yourself in that other man's shoes. So you see, that make like some people them like how we be talk. You say some people in the world, and especially in the salon, you go shock say them they say we get Sierra Leoneans they will do so great and so excellently in different and diverse fields. The only thing now is you know it for nobody. Why? Because most of them, if you check, they are the only people doing that well in that department. Nobody has been influenced by them, or they hardly have created channels for influence people there. Where unfortunately it means say even if then they go far, they will not go as far as they need. They could have gone, because some man not understand say involving others expands your influence, expands your cost. The thing about influence is I'm going to say this there. The thing about influence is the more people you influence, the more people they will bring for you to influence. That's just it. If you are somebody that influences just a few amount of people, or you not get somebody with the influence, you know what I mean? It means say, "Usa you soon in life, and they get for they say die." It's just as simple as that. The easiest way to stay stagnated in this life is to not be influential, and the only way to be influential is to come to a place of love. And the only way to exert that love is for you to come to the place where you apply empathy, and when you are able to apply empathy, people will trust you. So this is just the dynamics to influence. And it's not like I'm telling you now so that you go and find somebody to go and manipulate and use to get your ends. As I said again, the goal of influence is just love. It's just love. It's just that when you love others, you will see yourself increase, and you will see yourself grow, and you will see more influence come your way. But minus that, the goal is just love your neighbor as yourself. That's just it. I don't know if I don't know if you get anything to say about this, sir.
Anyways, so I love the part where you talked about the more influence or people you influence, the more more people are able to bring to influence. It's because it's obvious, yeah. So, for instance, like those of you that are listening, yeah, and just like this show and any other show, anything that you find to be very good, and you have people that you genuinely concern and care about, you want to involve them in, yeah. And like I did that with Awake, yeah. When I came, you know, I love the atmosphere, I love the people, I love the message, and I'm like, there's no way I have anybody in my life that I love that I would want to being part of this. Yeah. Because first of all, the people have influenced me. Yeah. They're teaching me better things. They're making me understand in life and perspective of things. And anyway, so I was able to bring with it. And then, but another way to look at this is in the area of leadership. You will hear John Maxwell, which is one of the prolific writers in the area of leadership. Okay. He says you are only able to lead to the extent that you can be able to influence.
Wow.
Meaning, if your influence capacity is for 10 people, you are never going to be able to lead 100 people if you cannot successfully influence 100 people. If you're able to influence 2,000 people, you can be able to lead 2,000 people.
That means you can grow in influence.
Yes. So it's not a thing you should be frowned at. It's a thing you want to embrace and learn and grow in. You must be genuinely invested in it. Yeah. Because when you are in it, you're able to create systems and strategy that if you are a leader, you're able to make that influential strategy replicate itself downward. 5,000, 10,000. That's why, to a greater extent, we're stuck. Because we're able to influence the minute. For instance, even the worst of men has a side to them that is still good. Perhaps if that guy will say bad, you get them cool and they will show money than else. But outside that city, they good reports about them. They are showing their kind side to people. So then go uncle and not get influence over me, obviously, you understand? But then get influence over somebody else. You see? Our parents, for instance, you made mention of how parents can influence you generally growing up. So we're all influencing. I'm influencing my younger ones. But the thing is, I can extend my capacity. And it takes a lot of building process. But this is the other beautiful part about it, is that it's a two-way street. You are influencing people and you are being influenced by people. Yeah. Whilst you are trying to influence, by the same people you're influencing. Why? Because they are bringing sides out of you. Things that you have. It's when I began to work in this thing. Me, every one of my friends, they know I have a great influence over them. It's not like I want to be influential to them. It's because me, I'm genuinely. So if there's a weakness, that's it. You understand? I can be too concerned and interested and invested in people at the expense of my life. You understand? Which will make me great importance in their life, and there is no way. It's not like you can separate me and their things. I'm in it. We're in it together. Let's go. You know, that's influence. And that's a thing of value. Now that I've learned it, you know, if I'm influential to 10 people, I can be able to be influential to 20, 50, 60. Like one way we're able to be influential to the people that are listening to us. So create platforms like this.
Yes.
So it's you can put your mind to it and be more value. Like, why am I saying this? Because I'm saying even in wealth accumulation on business challenges, people are having problem with customs and this and that. But we get person as well, we don't deal with customs like 30 years. Yeah, they know their way around. All those knowledge, they're keeping it to themselves. And me, where they start now tomorrow,
You can start back
and it's
beside
so
them, be
far,
start.
you know.
Say they-
But imagine that guy
Oh my
doing
God.
something like this, teaching us how to navigate our
Thank
way.
you. Thank you.
They will be a great influence.
And
to
you know,
all
unfortunately,
of us.
what you make a can do and I go see and say, and then go lost influence at the market because they want
That's
monopolize the
wrong.
market.
That's
Unfortunately, they don't know say the potential of the growth and I need the kill.
You know
Because when I grow, you grow because now you help me for grow. You okay?
One way I will never see you as a competition in any field is because of us. You've done the role of first. Like you first influenced me. And I always admire you. So people that admire you don't compete with you.
Wow. Wow.
You know, even when
Please,
you
if
give,
you are
even
a
if you
leader,
raise them,
listen.
you give them the right platform, say let's do this. They were like, hey, me, because they have this perspective of you.
Yeah, true.
If my boss, I have a boss that trained me in cinematography, and even if he stops doing cinematography for 15 years, and I'm the best recognized by everybody, there's no way. I know how this thing works. There's no way I want to even begin to think
that way.
I'm better. Yeah?
No.
Because I feel like whatever I am, whatever I can do, like this
That's a
man
product
is.
of, hey, that's the same
That's the
thing.
thing
Well,
about influence.
I have men that have raised me in certain things that helped me to be in the place that I'm in right now. And society is, well, tries to bring a negative picture of them. But you know, no matter what society says, as far as I'm concerned, what I know them for is what I know them for. The value I had for them, it can only go up. It cannot go down because of what other people say. Why? Because I know I'm a product of their sacrifices. A lot of people don't understand the value of investing in men. That is something that God taught me. That was long after I've been in ministry, like long time. And he said your fruits shall prolong your days. I never understood that thing. You know, as a man, you will come to a place where you lose strength of heart. You lose the zeal to continue. But if you are in a place where you have not influenced anybody, you will die.
You die.
Because nobody will be there to catch you. Nobody will be there to inspire you. Nobody will be there to wake up saying, this is not the man I knew. And a lot of people don't know that is why a lot of other people have been dying. Sometimes you created your coffin yourself by trying to be this sole proprietorship kind of person. You just want to own everything alone. You just want to have the world yourself. No, the world was not created for one man. In fact, dominion was meant to be shared. So no matter man they will for dominate nothing if not anyone they do. So that is just realities we have to accept and understand that the principle is God don't give we all. And if we know work out there, we need to be successful in nothing we will do. And until you're able to do that and appreciate God for what He don't give you and take advantage of her, trust me when I tell you, you go deeper with deeper for so long and you don't see one better result. And another thing will be the kind of in mind was time don't get we small. I don't say small self time don't get we. Anyway, I'm just gonna wrap up with this, yeah. Another thing we got be kind of in mind just now where we talk about the whole art of influence is that you see where it can to being an influential person, you get for understand say there is really no way to go wrong about it. Because you see, there's a reason why I'm saying there's no way to go wrong about it. Because even if you start good and you want to become bad, influence will save you from being bad. And if you start bad and you want to become good, influence will help you to be good. That's just the reality. And I say influence, I'm talking about the one that is born out of love. You see that one way we can do for monetize and just make money and not that with the top boss. For example, that one way they watch we compare Motama, you so care about and that you say nothing. I'm going to make sacrifices to help this person to go to where he's going to. It's not just about where I'm going to, it's also about the other person. That is what influence is about. Taking responsibility for other people's ambitions, assignments, projects, and all of that. You say, as long as I know you, I'm going to stand with you to get to where you're going to. It's just it. It's not like, hey, when I do it, I'm going to get this. No. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because I want to end here. You see, in Sierra Leone right now, There are a lot of people with businesses. There are a lot of people with companies. There are a lot of people with ideas, even if you idea not on business it. There are a lot of people with skills, even if you skill not on big business it. You see all of those things, the only thing that will make them stuck in this life is when you try to function in them without influence. And you can be a leader and not be influential, you know that? Mm-hmm. You can be a business owner and not be influential. You can be somebody that has a company and not be influential. And indirectly, whether you know it or not, it simply means the only reason why your business is stuck, the only reason why your skills are not going far, the only reason why, well, to a certain extent, I would say Sierra Leone itself is where it is because of you. You have not come to the place where you have seen that it is important that I put the me aside for the next man. You know, for come to the point where you say, it is important as much as I want to go to where I'm going to, I should also want other people to go to where they want to go. If you not come to that place there where they show you back reality, what you are doing will never go to where you want it to be. Why? Because there is no place you can go without help. Mm-hmm. The best of us needs help. And if you don't have people willing to help you, you cannot pay the price of time for the results you want. That's just it. Imagine saying you are for be the best person in music. You know, music has so many departments. You have the production part, you have the engineering part, you have the theory part. You also have the practical part. And when you talk about the practical and the theory part, it gets so many different subdivisions. You can't study all of those things in your lifetime and succeed in them. By the time you study all, you don't die because 8 years not do. So imagine, say you want to be successful in that field. You know what that means? You need to be influential to literally all of those people in all of those diverse fields in this one thing. And by the time they make up, they find out that all of these people and you can come together and achieve one goal. That is what influence is supposed to be. But you grab number, you say, well, I'm going to be influential. I'm sorry, I want to own a big business. You start seeing the money, start seeing the this, and you start alone. And you think that by whatever you think you are doing, you will get there. Is a lie. It's just that the truth is you're just going to die frustrated and very, very sad. Because unfortunately, you have a vision and a dream that you never accomplished and you are never able to actualize. And the truth is, that kind of life is the worst kind of life to live because you always die unfulfilled. You ever see people where they regret why they die? These are the things. Some man can feel that the bad thing, the normal way you do now this world, they make you want to die, they come to the place of regret. It's also the fact that you know that there's so much you could have done that you didn't do. Mm-hmm. And sometimes the only reason why that is a reality is not even based on the fact that you can't treat off or thin and tranga. Mm-hmm. It's just that you have not been able to maximize the relationship. You have not been able to value the next man. Mm-hmm. And that's why the capacity of the next man never served what you have. Mm-hmm. Now you are stuck in a life unfulfilled, a life unfruitful, a life stagnated. Unfortunately, I don't want that reality there for nobody else in our salon. Why? Because if that reality then a reality, it means say salon reality no will change. That is why I don't want it for you. I make I advise you now, wherever you listen to me now, make you back begin think about that next person. Because that's the only way. That is the only person that will help you to go to where you're going to. The next man. That is the only way. There is nothing like, oh, I go study, I go invest in myself. Invest in yourself as much as you can. But that investment should be to serve other people. Mm-hmm. If you invest in yourself just to accomplish your goal, when I'm going to promise you, you will never accomplish it. That's just a fact. It's just a fact. Anyway, for me, the program closed because we're already done one time. I will not have more to say. But I will give you the opportunity for me to address family there with your last word. And we'll go say tata.
So, in short, I would say the best we can offer as people is to people. And our greatest...
The best we can what?
Offer to people. Is... The best we can offer is to people.
Okay.
Yes. So, even AI is making its mark and trend because the solution offered is for people. So, the best life live is living for people. I'm not saying you are people pleaser, no, but you are living to fulfill the potential of other people, making this world much more better than it was before you were here. Even salvation is for people. Amen.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for staying tuned to Radio 97.1 FM. We not like the facts, so don't need a great call. I know some people like you always tell me I can call. I would enjoy the program with the land and all of that. I make no call. Please. not just they do that. Please call one for learn from you as well, wherever you day. And sometimes don't they call and all of that, and you get more for the share. Would we please go to call on we number where we'll open the phone line. But me go just left now with this last quotation, and I always kind of in mind throughout this month, and it's from Mother Teresa, and she says, "Everyone can be great because everyone can serve. Let your service go to other people, and your influence will also grow." Stay tuned to Radio 55 97.1 FM. Say, would they come back? I want to say tata. Enjoy good music.
It's a new year, and your favorite show is back again